aged, the disabled, and the dying. Nurses are actively involved in healthcare research management, policy deliberations, and patient advocacy. Florence Nightingale was a trailblazing figure in nursing who greatly affected 18th and 19th century policies around proper patient care. She was known for her lifelines to aid the wounded, establishing her image as a lady with a lamp. The 2019-2020 coronavirus pandemic has changed the colors of everyone's life. We remember the frontline barriers, the nurses and other healthcare team members for their selfless contributions. International Nurses Day is celebrated around the world every May 12, the anniversary of Florence Nightingale's birth. The Nurses Week, starting from May 6, allows people the chance to acknowledge nurses in their lives. We are gathered here to present 2022 theme for the International Nurses Day, a voice to lead, invest in nursing, and respect rights to secure global health, organized by 23rd MSc Nursing students. When we pray with faith, we express it through our sincere thanks to Him. We are going to start our official function with a prayer by Mrs. Shruti M.K., 23rd MSc Nursing. It's a pleasure to invite Mrs. Srilakshmi, 23rd MSc Nursing, to deliver welcome speech.
Good afternoon, all. I am here before you for inviting and welcoming all of you to this wonderful occasion. First, let me welcome our dear Vice Principal Madam, Professor Lady Joseph Madam, who has been a strong motivator for us for all programs. Welcome you, ma'am. And also, I extend a warm welcome to all our faculty who are inspiring us to conduct such programs. Welcome, madam. And also, I invite all the students who have been actively participating us throughout this program. Welcome you all. And at last but not the least, all the 23rd MSc Nursing students who had put great effort and hard work behind this program. Welcome all of you. Once again, on behalf of 23rd MSc Nursing, I welcome all of you to this occasion. Thank you and have a nice time.
Leaders help themselves and others to do the right things. They set direction, build an inspiring vision, and creating something new. With immense respect and love, we welcome Professor Lady Joseph Madam for presenting a gesture of gratitude to Florence Nightingale for being a light to the nurses worldwide. We welcome Professor Mary Joseph Madam for the inaugural address and key evaluation.
ഇത് കുത്തനെ വെച്ചോ ഇത് ഇരിക്കുന്നേ കാണുന്നത് ഇങ്ങനെ കാണുന്നത്
Good afternoon, everybody. Dear my colleagues and most beloved students. Today, May 12th,
വേറെ മൈക്ക് മേടിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നു
it is, this particular day is observed as the International Nurses Day. As we all know, today is the birthday of the founder of modern nursing, Florence Nightingale. We know, see, this is the 220. She was born on 1820, and she died in 1910. Okay. We know she was a person who came from a rich family, and she took care of the injured army during the Crimean War, and that's why she was serving her with a particular lamp. That's why she is designated as the lady with the lamp. And she was a statistician too, and she has done many research studies. Okay, and she has contributed a lot to our modern nursing. That's why she is known as the founder of modern nursing. And our profession has developed with a very simple beginning, and now it is developed to a professional level. And now we know today the theme of today's Nurses Day is Nurses, a voice to live, invest in nursing and respect the rights to ensure global health. We all know nurses contribute the major workforce in the healthcare delivery system. Okay, and they are considered as the backbone of the healthcare system. See, there are a lot of challenges that are faced by the profession, such as, see, we know globally there are around 27 million nurses worldwide. And at the same time, there is an acute shortage of this strong manpower. It is reported that WHO has reported that there is a shortage of around 4 million nurses worldwide. So there is an acute need for investing in our profession by providing highly qualified nurses. So that's why this kind of educational programs are going on. So we have to invest in nursing by providing adequate manpower with highly qualified nurses. Today you are all the beginners of this profession. You have just started this profession, and while on completing successfully this particular program, you will be entering the career. Okay, and you will be a part of the healthcare delivery system worldwide. And there are many other challenges also. We know we are working in the midst of many health problems like the pandemic infections, non-communicable diseases, the problems due to climatic changes, as well as the problems of aged population. So, and we all need to be competent enough to manage all these health problems. And in this era of scientific as well as technological changes, see, our profession need a transformation. Okay, and the Indian Nursing Council has taken steps to transform it. One example is the revised BSc Nursing curriculum. See, the curriculum has been revised in such a way that it aims at competency and outcome-based learning, then credit system, introduction of semester system, and introduction of innovative teaching learning activities. All these are examples of the transformation of the nursing education. Okay. And it is our responsibility to work competently and to achieve the, to ensure the global health. And we need to do evidence-based practice, and this we have to apply the research findings in our practice, and we need to have effective leadership skills, and we need to possess effective communication as well as soft skills. Then thereby we can make our profession visible to the public. Okay. Then only we will be able to achieve a good in our profession. We all need to be proud of our profession. Okay, then only we will be able to practice our profession with the right attitude. And after completing your profession, while practicing in the profession, you need to be updated by undergoing continuing nursing educational programs. So, with this few words, I am unveiling the theme of today's Nurses Day celebration, and I take this opportunity to congratulate the second year MSc Nursing students, 23rd batch, for organizing this function as part of celebrating the Nurses Day. I think they have arranged under the guidance of their class coordinator, Mrs. Sindhu. Okay, and I wish all the students, I wish a happy Nurses Day to all of you, and utilize this program very well. Okay, best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, we will take a 1 minute silence to express our condolences to Mrs. Vijay C., alumnus of Government College of Nursing, Corridor, who lost her life recently, and to those nurses who lost their lives during the pandemic. Please sit down. Next, we have the International Nurses Day 2022 team presentation by the very talented and adept students of 23rd MSc Nursing, Mrs. Adira, Ms. Sita, and Ms. Anashwara.
Good afternoon all. Happy Nurses Day. As we all know, today we are celebrating as International Nurses Day as a tribute to Florence Nightingale, who is a founder of modern nursing. It's not our day, we are celebrating this particular day as Nurses Day. So, and this session will be dealing regarding the biography of Florence Nightingale. So, before going to that, we'll have you just watch a small video.
Florence Nightingale was a nurse who saved many lives in the 19th century. She was named after this. Lives in the 19th. Florence Nightingale was a nurse who saved many lives in the 19th century. She was named after the city of Florence in Italy, where her parents went after they got married in 1818. Her family was rich, and they had 2 homes in Britain, as well as servants. Florence was an unusual young woman for her time, because she didn't want to go to parties and get married. She wanted to be a nurse and help people. Her family didn't want her to become a nurse because hospitals back then were dirty, horrible places. They were worried about her. In 1851, Florence went to Germany and learned all about nursing. It was hard work, but she loved it. In 1854, lots of British soldiers went to fight in the Crimean War. Army hospitals were filled with injured men, but there were no nurses, and many men died. Florence and a team of nurses went to help. Florence worked 20 hours a day to make the army hospital a cleaner and safer place. She brought the men fresh food. She cleaned the hospital beds, and she used clean bandages on the wounded soldiers. Soon, fewer men were dying. At night, Florence walked around the hospital. She talked to the injured soldiers and helped the men to write letters to their families. She carried a lamp, and the soldiers called her the Lady with the Lamp. When Florence returned to England, people called her a heroine because of her amazing work in the Crimean War. Queen Victoria wrote her a letter to say thank you. She continued to work hard in Britain to improve hospitals, and she was given a medal called the Order of Merit. She was the first woman to receive this honor.
So, from this video, the biography of Florence Nightingale is very clear. So, next, so this is a scenario of Florence Nightingale heading soldiers during the Crimean War. And she is known as the Lady with the Land. She is the pioneer of modern nursing or founder of modern nursing. She is the first nursing student as well as she is a statistician. So, the major key events during the life of Florence Nightingale are in 1812, that is 1820, that is 12th May, birth of Florence Nightingale, that is in the Florence city of Italy. She was born as the second or younger children for her parents, belongs to a middle class family. Then 1845, Florence decided to become a nurse. 1846, she visited German School of Nursing. 1851, rejected proposal of marriage and attended nursing school. So at that time, the nursing was considered as a low profession status. So their parents were not at all, or their family was not at all allowing her to work as a nurse, even though she decided to become a nurse and follow this profession. 1853, she worked as a nurse at a hospital in Melbourne. 1854, she volunteered for service in the Crimean War. 1855, she insisted on improvements to sanitation and patient care. 1857, she returned to England, worked on a report to the Royal Commission. 1859, she received a government grant to open a school of nursing. 1860, she published notes on nursing. 1869, she opened the first women's medical college. And 1910, on 13th August, death of Florence Nightingale. So this is a short biography of Florence Nightingale. So during her service in the Crimean War, that was actually the starting of nursing, and the historical evolution of nursing later will be discussed by the next person. For that, I welcome Mrs. Sita.
Good afternoon. Happy Nurses Day. So, you just see what are the contributions by our pioneer, that is Florence Nightingale. Next we can see how our nursing profession is originated. What are the main milestones of our nursing profession? So, when we are discussing regarding our nursing profession's history or evolution, we have to come through 5 phases or 5 eras. The first one is nursing in prehistoric times. Second one is nursing in Vedic period. Then post-Vedic period. Then nursing in Mughal period. And the last one is British period. Then going to the prehistoric times, that is before Veda, pre-Vedic time, there is no significant idea for the common people or anyone regarding this nursing profession or regarding the medicinal system, and also there are no historical evidence available on ancient history or nursing care of sick in primitive times, discovered through myths, songs, and archaeologists. That is, there is a misconception regarding the the evil spirit, or some misconceptions, superstitious beliefs are existing in the common people, and they think that these evil spirits are causing the diseases, and they try to depress or suppress these evil spirits by, for example, by using black magic or beating, starving, all those things. That is, to get rid of this evil spirit, unpleasant conditioning like breathing, starving, magic rites, nauseous medicines, loud noises, sudden fright are used methods for treating physical difficulties. Then, women were protecting and caring for their children, aged sick members of the family. That is, there is a traditional concept that women are responsible for taking care of all the members of the family, especially they are responsible they have to take all responsibility of the sick members of the family. The nursing evolved to respond to the desire to keep healthy as well as provide comfort to sick. This is regarding the pre-Vedic period. Then coming to the Vedic period, that is from 3000 BC to 1400 BC, the Ayurveda is thought to have been given by Brahma. That is That is, Shuchi means pure or cleaning physical appearance and mental hygiene. Daksha means competency. Anuragha means willing to care, and Buddhiman means intelligent or coordinator with the patient and doctor. This is an overall concept of a common man regarding a Upacharika or nurse during Vedic period. And coming to the post-Vedic period, that is from 600 BC to 600 AD, King Ashoka constructed hospitals for the people and animals. Where the importance, the veterinary medicine also started to develop, and King Ashoka constructed well-equipped hospitals for treating sick animals and sick human beings. Prevention of the disease was given first importance and hygienic practices were adopted. Cleanliness of the body was religious duty. During this period, from the treatment or curative aspect, the concept is changed for the to the preventive aspects, and the taking care of the cleanliness of personal and environmental hygiene and religious aspects of the personal hygiene are focused during this period. And doctors and midwives were to be trustworthy and skillful. They should wear clean clothes and cut their nails short. These all are the parts of personal hygiene of a person. The living rooms were kept well ventilated. The religious ceremonies and prayer precede operations. The nurses were usually men or older women. In the initial periods, the women are taking responsibility or some initiative as a nurse post. Then during this period, men and women also started to provide these nursing services. Then women are restricted activities at home and cared for sick members in the family. The roles are specifically going to taking care of sick persons in the family. Then medicines are remained in the hands of priests. Here also religious aspects, the people get more importance for the religious aspects while taking care of sick persons. Then other religious restrictions and superstitious practices probably declined the development of nursing, not completely eliminated. When compared to the earlier pre-Vedic and Vedic period, in this period superstitious practices and evil spirit concept started to decline. Then nursing in Mughal period, that is 1000 AD, Unani system of medicine developed during the Arab civilization. From the Arab civilization, Unani system of medicine was introduced to here, and it was practiced first in Indo-Pakistan subcontinent. The basic framework consists of blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. That they believe that if any disequilibrium or any change in this blood, phlegm, yellow bile, or black bile will happen, that is, it may lead to disease. And they treated for maintaining the normal level of this blood, phlegm, yellow bile, and black bile. That is the major concept of this Unani system. And not believed in eradication of disease, it may depend on defense mechanism of the body and self-care and positive health habits. Then the last one is the important period, that is British period. The concept of British period is existing even now. The first one is military nursing, that is during the East India Company's period for saving or for serving or for taking care of the injured soldiers. The East India Company introduced this concept with the help of Florence Nightingale, that is military nursing. Then civilian nursing, this also by the East India Company is for taking care of the civilians. A special branch started, that is civilian nursing. Then missionaries nursing. When during that period, in the pre-Vedic and Vedic period, some of the girls or women are restricted only in the house. And for example, Pagda system like practices are existing during that period. And for recovering or for introducing these marginalized and vulnerable sections to the main society, this missionary nursing was started, and they selected the girls from the weaker section and from marginalized population for training and for practicing nursing during this missionary nursing. So these are the three main branches which are originated during British period, that is military nursing, civilian nursing, and missionaries nursing. Even these practices or these more developed courses of these branches are existing even now. And we all know that here in current condition, our nursing profession and as well as nursing education also many developments are occurring now. Many professional organizations are developed when comparing to the olden period, like TNAI, ICN, INC. There are many professional organizations. And in the previous periods and the earlier Vedic and post-Vedic period, there are only trained personnel, attendants, AN, all those persons, personal trained nursing profession. So the investment in our profession and protecting the rights of our nurses and major contributions to our field to enhancing our nursing profession is very essential. Thank you.
Hello everyone, good evening ma'ams and my dear juniors as well as my colleagues also. So now onwards will be see what is 2022 theme and the discussion on that theme. Okay. എല്ലാവരും ലെറ്റർ പഠിച്ചോ? Okay. So what is the history of this nurses week? So this International Council of Nurses, which is a familiar body which we all know that is ICN is celebrating or put forth the International Nurses Day on May 12. So actually it was already proposed before many years by an American health professional, but that concept of celebrating this Nurses Day on May 12 was totally ignored. And after 20 years it get acceptance. As my colleagues have already discussed, we are celebrating this Nurses Day on commemorations of Florence Nightingale, who was a model or pioneer of our modern nursing. So this International Nurses Day was celebrated in 1965 by International Council of Nurses. So the first it was celebrated in the year 1965 by ICN and the ICNers now are federations today who represent more than 27 million nurses across the world. And ICN it promotes and distributes IND resources and evidences, which is nothing but each year or every year the International Council of Nurses will providing you a kit or resources and evidence for this Nurses Day theme. And all the countries who are celebrating this Nurses Day will be taking up and celebrating it each year. So we will be seeing the International Nurses Day theme from 2010 onwards, and after that we will discuss about present theme or the current year theme. On 2000 and before that, for juniors only, I know that everyone else will be knowing about it. So the Nurses Day theme will be having two parts, one a main part and will be a sub part. So here, delivering quality service in communities. I'm saying for an example, delivering quality serving communities is the main theme, and sub theme is nurses leading chronic care. So every nursing theme must represent in that means. Okay. So 2010 theme was delivering quality serving communities, nurses leading. And 2012 also the main theme was closing the gap. And sub theme was from evidence to action. 2013, the Nursing Day theme was International Nurses Day theme on 2003 was closing the gap, millennium development goals. And after that, the main theme was changed from Nurses a Force for Change. That is on 2014, Nurses a Force for Change, a vital resource for health. And 2015, it was a Nurses a Force for Change, care effective, cost effective. And on 2016, Nurses a Force for Change, improving health system resilience. From 2017 onwards, the main theme of Nurses Day got changed from a voice, from this force to change from a voice to lead. That is on 2017, Nursing a Voice to Lead, achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. 2018 theme was Nurses a Voice to Lead, Health is a Human Right. 2019 theme was Nurses a Voice to Lead, Health for All. And the theme of 2020 was Nurses a Voice to Lead, Nursing the World to Health. And the previous year, that is on 2021, the theme was Nurses a Voice to Lead, a Vision for Future Healthcare. And we are going to discuss about the 2022 theme. Okay, from this theme here, what do you understand from this theme?
different from this present 2022 theme apart from all others? What was it? 2022 theme was Nurses a Voice to Lead, Invest in Nursing and Respect Rights to Secure Global Health. So it's my proud as a nurse and an MSc nursing students to present and discuss about this thing. Because ബാക്കി എല്ലാത്തിലും നമ്മുടെ ഒരു പാർട്ടിൽ നിന്നിട്ട് we were serving to that community അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ ഒരു പർട്ടിക്കുലർ പീപ്പിളിന് വേണ്ടി. പക്ഷെ ഇവിടെ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ICN itself is demanding or requiring, that is a need of investment in nursing is required. അല്ലെ നമ്മുടെ റൈറ്റ്സിനെ പ്രൊട്ടക്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നഴ്സിംഗ് എന്ന പ്രൊഫഷന് ഒരു ഇൻവെസ്റ്റ്മെന്റ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ സം ഓഫ് തിങ്സ് ഹാസ് ടു ബി ഡൺ ഫോർ ദ നഴ്സിംഗ് പ്രൊഫഷൻ ഇൻ ഓർഡർ ടു സെക്യൂർ ദ ഗ്ലോബൽ ഹെൽത്ത് എന്നാണ് നഴ്സസ് ഡേയിലെ ഈ വർഷത്തെ തീം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ദാറ്റ് വാസ് ഐ ഫെൽറ്റ് ഇറ്റ് വാസ് സോ ഗുഡ് ആൻഡ് ഡിഫറെന്റ് ഫ്രം ഓൾ അതർ തിങ്. So, as per the ICN, it is saying there is always a need to protect, support and invest in the nursing profession to strengthen health system around the world. അല്ലേ ഹെൽത്ത് പ്രൊഫഷനിൽ ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ സ്ട്രെങ്ത് ഉള്ളത് ആർക്കാണ്? നഴ്സസിനാണ് അല്ലേ? പക്ഷെ ആരൊക്കെയാണ് ഇതിന്റെ വലിപ്പം അറിയില്ല എന്ന് പറയില്ലേ, അതേപോലെയാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഒരു ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡിൽ വന്നാൽ നഴ്സിങ്ങിനോട് വി ആക്ച്വലി ഡോണ്ട് നോ ദ വാല്യൂ ഓഫ് നഴ്സസ്. സോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ വാല്യൂ ഇല്ലാത്ത പെരുമാറുന്ന ഒരുപാട് സിറ്റുവേഷൻസ് ഇന്നും ഉണ്ട്, നമുക്ക് ചുറ്റും കാണുന്നുണ്ട്. പ്രീവിയസ്ലി ഇറ്റ് വാസ് മോർ. സോ ICN is saying that there is always a need for protecting the rights of the nurses, or there is a need of protecting the environment which we are working. And also as a nursing profession itself, it should be protected to strengthen the health system around the world. Okay, so let me ask you a question. പോസ്റ്റർ വണ്ണിൽ ഒരു നഴ്സിന്റെ പിക്ചർ കാണുന്നില്ലേ? ആ ഇമേജിൽ എന്താണ് മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത്? ഷീ വാസ് ഹാപ്പി? നോ. ലൗഡർ? ഓക്കെ. So in poster one it is indicating a nurse who is sad or who is fed up. Can't we say that fed up, but she is tired? അല്ലേ? കെയർ കൊടുത്തിട്ടാണെങ്കിലും നമ്മുടെ ഇട്ടിട്ടാണെങ്കിലും there is a red marks or a face itself is showing that she is damn tired. So and we have another second poster. What is it indicating? She is carrying an emergency patient, right? അല്ലേ? ഒരു എമർജൻസി പേഷ്യന്റിനെ കെയർ ചെയ്യുന്ന ചിത്രമല്ലേ കാണിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്? And the poster 3 is she is getting ready for caring for a pandemic. അല്ലേ? TB ഇടുന്ന ചിത്രമല്ലേ കാണിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്? From these 3 posters. The second and the third posters is showing that nurses ready to work in any situations like in emergency or in pandemic. She is ready to do everything. But the first poster is indicating that she is also having a feeling of she is also having sufferings, tiredness, everything. But and that is what they have introduced these posters, which is indicating that there is a necessary to mind, or there is a necessary to recognize all the feelings of nurse. And another important and very good thing that the ICN has done is they have launched a compilations of case studies that is submitted by nurses across the world that shows an incredible range of innovative work nurses do every day. Each starting from Australia and ending up with Vietnam, they have all the countries or majority of the countries have submitted case studies. ഓരോ പാൻഡമിക്കിന്റെ ആണ് കൂടുതലായിട്ട് ICN സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന സ്റ്റഡീസ്. പക്ഷേ ഇന്ത്യൻ സിനാരിയോയിൽ ഡയബറ്റീസിന്റെ ഒരു സ്റ്റഡിയാണ് പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഇഫ് യു ഗോ ടു ICN പേജ് 17th പേജിൽ പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ യു ക്യാൻ സീ എ സ്റ്റഡി ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് സബ്മിറ്റഡ് ബൈ ദ ഇന്ത്യൻ നഴ്സ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ഇന്ത്യയിൽ സബ്മിറ്റ് ചെയ്തൊരു സ്റ്റഡി, ഡയബറ്റീസിന്റെ ഒരു സ്റ്റഡി നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണാം. ആൻഡ് അത് വെച്ച് പറയുമ്പോൾ യു ക്യാൻ അണ്ടർസ്റ്റാൻഡ് ദ topic little more better. So all this in case studies, it has highlighted on the International Council of Nurses and Indian Nursing Day website throughout the year of life, the work of nurses to care for those with COVID-19 throughout the pandemic, as
well as a wide variety of nursing that continued throughout the pandemic to care for those suffering from other conditions. We know that how we were working in a COVID situations, or how nurses in our medical colleges were working in a COVID situations. What were the sufferings they have felt? Here they have portrayed that what all are the sufferings we had on this COVID-19. So as I said, we will be from now onwards we'll be going with the combinations of the case study that is established by Indian setting. So the title of the case study was India Diabetic Food Care Stepping Ahead, and the contributor was Prabha Kalpur. So if you see a short regarding this case study, it is saying that 69.2 million adults in India has diabetes mellitus. So hyperglycemic patient ആണ് 69.2 million people എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കണം നമ്മുടെ ടോട്ടൽ പോപ്പുലേഷൻ എത്രയാണെന്നുള്ളതും, and what was the proportion of the person of the population was having DM. And other fact is that approximately 50,000 people lose their feet every day. That is, almost 50,000 people are going for amputation due to diabetes. So here the nurses have an essential role in the prevention of diabetic food problems and in the care and education of patients at risk of diabetic food problems. So they have mainly focused that they have an essential role to prevent the occurrence of diabetic as well as the prevention of diabetic food problems, and also they have mainly focused on the care and education of patients at risk of diabetic food problems. So for that they have taken a multi-phased approach entitled diabetic food care. അതായത് ഇത്രയും സ്റ്റാറ്റിസ്റ്റിക്സ് ഒക്കെ കണ്ടതിന് ശേഷം ആ സ്റ്റഡി ചെയ്യുന്നവർ അത് പ്രിവെന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിന്റെ ഒക്കറൻസിന്റെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആ പ്രൊപ്പോർഷന്റെ റേറ്റ് കുറയ്ക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് they have taken a very good approaches as well as multi-phased approaches in different fields. So stepping ahead adopted to increase the quality of food care and to support affected families. So they have mainly focused to increase the quality of food care and also to increase the quality of support which we are giving for the affected families. So here the project has been included the capacity building training for different levels of health professionals and social mobilization for creating awareness, lifestyle modifications and behavioral change communications, establishment of different levels of diabetic food lines and research into diabetic food care. This is nothing but അതിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അവർ ഫസ്റ്റ് എല്ലാ ലെവലിലും ട്രെയിനിങ് കൊടുക്കും ആൻഡ് സോഷ്യൽ മൊബിലൈസേഷൻ ഫോർ ക്രിയേറ്റിംഗ് അവയർനെസ്. അതായത് ഓരോ സ്ഥലത്ത് ക്യാമ്പ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് എങ്ങനെ ഡയബറ്റീസ് പ്രിവെന്റ് ചെയ്യാം, ഏത് ഡയറ്റാണ് ഫോളോ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്, ഓൾ അതർ കെയർ ആസ്പെക്ട് ഹാവ് ബീൻ പ്രസന്റ്. And they have also given focus to lifestyle modifications and behavioral communications, establishment of different levels of diabetic food plans and research, and they have incorporated different researches into diabetic food care. And the one thing is that the project was supported by the World Diabetes Foundation, and the project was conducted in Karnataka. കർണാടകയിലെ മണിപ്പാൽ കോളേജ് ഓഫ് ഹെൽത്ത് പ്രൊഫഷണൽ കസ്തൂർബ ഹോസ്പിറ്റലാണ് ഈ പ്രൊജക്ട് ചെയ്തത്. ആൻഡ് മെയിൻ പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ റെസിപ്പിയന്റ് വാസ് മണിപ്പാൽ അക്കാദമി ഓഫ് ഹയർ എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ. അവരായിരുന്നു ഇത് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നത്. ആൻഡ് they have received a support from World Diabetic Foundation. And one more thing is that they have incorporated Betty Newman system model of nursing to the service delivery model. First years Betty Newman system model you will be studying about that in detail. Okay, that is the theory. So that Betty Newman system model was incorporated for giving service. And the very highlighting factor of this project was the project manager was a nurse. The overall project manager for this program the project was a nurse, and the other principal investigator, senior health educator and clinicians were physiotherapy. So this was the team who has conducted this research. This case study. And what they have done, they have done campaign which include camps for awareness and screening, where people with diabetes and people at risk were provided food care at primary level and
complicated cases were referred to appropriate services. അവര് എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? കുറെ ക്യാമ്പ്സ് സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചു. നിങ്ങളുടെ നാട്ടിലൊക്കെ ക്യാമ്പ്സ് സംഘടിപ്പിക്കുന്ന കണ്ടിട്ടില്ലേ? ഐ സ്ക്രീനിങ്ങിനൊക്കെ അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ക്യാമ്പ്സ് സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചു, ഡയബറ്റിക് സ്ക്രീനിങ് നടത്തി. പിന്നെ മിനിമം കെയർ വേണ്ടത് പ്രൈമറി ലെവലിലെ കെയർ അവർ കൊടുത്തു. ആൻഡ് കുറച്ചും കൂടെ ഉള്ള സിവിയർ കേസസ് ദേ ഹാവ് റെഫേർഡ് ടു another higher center. And one more thing is that they have established a mobile unit which handle food waste services in more remote areas, raising awareness and undertaking screening activities. Okay, ഒരു മൊബൈൽ യൂണിറ്റ് കൂടെ സംഘടിപ്പിച്ചു റൂറൽ ആയിട്ടുള്ള അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ട്രൈബൽ ഏരിയസിലും കൂടെ ഈ കെയർ എത്താൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ്. At the end of the project, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതിന്റെ ഒരു റിസൾട്ട് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ the project has trained 358 nurses and 175 physiotherapists. And also more than 11,000 people were screened for diabetic food complications and over 1,13,000 were screened for diabetic mellitus. അതായത് പ്രൊജക്ടിന്റെ അവസാനം 11,000 കൂടുതൽ ആൾക്കാരെ ഡയബറ്റിക് ഫുഡ് കോംപ്ലിക്കേഷൻസ് നമ്മൾ അവർക്ക് സ്ക്രീൻ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റി. അതേപോലെ തന്നെ ഒരു 1,13,000 ഡയബറ്റീസുള്ള ആൾക്കാരെയും സ്ക്രീൻ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റി. So the project also reached over 1 million people through the media, raising awareness of this prevalent disease. So what you can understand this? So നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞു ഏകദേശം ഒരു 65 മില്യൺസിന്റെ അടുത്ത് വരുന്ന ആൾക്കാരുടെ ഒരു പ്രിവാലന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള കേസ് ആയിരുന്നു ഡയബറ്റീസ് എന്നുള്ളത്. സോ നമ്മൾ ഒത്തുകൂടി അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ആസ് എ നഴ്സസ് വി ഹാവ് ടേക്കൺ അവർ എഫേർട്സ് ആൻഡ് വി ഹാവ് കണ്ടക്ടഡ് ക്യാമ്പയിൻസ് ആൻഡ് projects. എന്നിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്തു? ഇത്രത്തോളം കാര്യങ്ങൾ നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റും. Which is showing that we are strong enough to handle a situation or a more prevalent situation. So ICN, it is also seen that from birth to death, non-communicable disease to infectious disease, mental health to chronic conditions. In hospitals, communities and homes, nurses provide accessible, affordable, person-centered holistic care for all. Whatever the situation is, how severe is the situation is, or who the patient is, irrespective of everything what the nurses have given or the nurses has provided accessible, affordable, person-centered and holistic care for all the person without any kind of discriminations. And also, they have depicted about or they have given details about COVID-19 also. The COVID-19 has exposed weakness caused by under-investment in health system around the world. എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് under-investment എന്ന് പറയാൻ കാരണം? പേഷ്യൻസ് സ്റ്റാഫ് ഷോർട്ടേജ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു, പേഴ്സണൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മെറ്റീരിയൽ സപ്ലൈയുടെ ഷോർട്ടേജസ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു. സോ ഡ്യൂറിംഗ് ദ കോവിഡ് പാൻഡമിക് there was an exposed weakness because of the under-investments or lack of supplies and personnel during that time. So the theme for International Nurses Day 2022 demonstrate that there is a need to invest in nursing, to build a resilient, highly qualified nursing workforce and to protect nurses' rights in order to transform health system to meet the needs of individuals and communities now and in the future. That is nothing but the ICN is telling that it is mandatory to invest or mandatory to do something in nursing professions to build a resilience and also to build a qualified nursing professions or nursing professional to give that kind of a quality health services and also to transform the health system to meet the needs of individuals, communities for now as well as for the future. And the ICN president, her name is Dr. Pramila Cipriano, and she said that nurses have suffered tremendously throughout the pandemic. They have been unnecessarily exposed to the virus, faced attack from the public, suffered from extreme workloads, and continue to be underpaid and undervalued. Okay, COVID-19 situations of the we have many of the nurses were gone to positive state and we exposed to the virus. We have faced attacks from public. നമ്മുടെ പണ്ട് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ COVID-19 തുടങ്ങിയ സമയത്തൊക്കെ ആണെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ വീട്ടിലൊരു നഴ്സ് ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നെങ്കിൽ അയൽക്കാരൊക്കെ മാറിപ്പോകുന്ന സിറ്റുവേഷൻസ് ഒക്കെ ഇല്ലായിരുന്നോ? അതാണ് they have faced attacks from the public and they suffered from extreme workloads and also we are continually to be underpaid. So especially for private institutions അവർ ചെയ്യുന്ന കെയറിന് പറ്റിയ വേജസ് ആണോ കിട്ടുന്നത്? അല്ല. So, and also they have undervalued. We are also studying so many subjects, or we are also being a master of science and others while we completed a profession. അതിപ്പോൾ ഒരു ഗ്രാജുവേഷൻ ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, പോസ്റ്റ് ഗ്രാജുവേഷൻ ആയിക്കോട്ടെ, നമ്മൾ ഒരുപാട് പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കൂ, പഠിക്കുന്ന എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് നമ്മൾ പ്രാക്ടിക്കലിൽ പോയി ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അവിടെ നമുക്ക് വേണ്ട വാല്യൂ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടുന്നുണ്ടോ? Think that it is obvious that we are undervalued. And other thing she said is, if government continue to put off investing in the health workforce, it will be to the detriment of health system everywhere. That is, if the government or any other bodies fails to invest in nursing professions, it will lead to the failure or detriment of health system everywhere. And there is no health without a health workforce. അല്ലെ, ഹെൽത്ത് വർക്ക്ഫോഴ്സ് ഇല്ലാതെ നമുക്കൊരു ഹെൽത്ത് അറ്റൻഡ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി പറ്റുമോ? So our INA theme for 2022 will continue to promote nursing work and fight for nurses' right to a safe working environment, decent wages and full participation in decision making. So we hope for the best. We hope that the nursing professions also undergo valuable changes. So once again, happy nurses to everyone. Thank you. Have a nice day. So please watch our nurses theme video next.
Florence Nightingale.
Thank you, Adina, Sita, and Anashwara for delivering such an informative session. Now I welcome Mrs. Anjana to deliver a word of thanks.
Good evening, Madam Lord, gathered here. I will give an immense pleasure to deliver the word of thanks for this event for all dignitaries assembled here. I would like to thank our Professor Mary Joseph Madam, Vice Principal, Government College of Nursing, Kozhikode, who honored this function with her inspirational thoughts. And I would like to thank all faculties gathered here and the participants of today's program and finally the organizers of the event for making the event as a great success. And once again, on behalf of 23rd MSc Nursing, I thank all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Anjana. Happy Nurses Day once again. We, the 23rd MSc Nursing students, thank everyone for making this evening